Hello everyone, welcome to another Puzzle and Dragons video. So, today we are going to be talking about, as you can see, sorry I was just blanked out for a second trying to figure out this music situation, the Rare Egg Machine Renewal and the Godfest Renewal. Now, this is very, very weird, and we're going to try to see if we can talk about the reasons why Gungho is doing this as well. But first, let's get into the good news. The good news is the Rare Egg Machine Renewal. Now, this is the post for the general Rare Egg Machine Renewal. There's three things that's happening. One, the lineup in Rare Egg Machine monsters is changing permanently. And second thing is that every like 2 weeks or so, instead of carnivals, they're going to add some stuff to the Rare Egg Machine. And third is the way Godfests are happening are a little bit different now. The list of Godfest exclusives is changing. And apparently the rates, the way they're doing the rates is changing too. So let's talk about the good news. The good news, Rare Egg Machine Renewal has lost all the 4-star monsters and their evolutions as well. So looking at this post, they also added a bunch of stuff too. So they actually added all the 5-star GFEs, who are people now call the X GFEs, into the Rare Egg Machine. So, and of course these stupid Napoleons and stuff. So the stuff added to the rotation permanently. This is as of today, 112. This is what the REM looks like. All the monsters in the REM permanently. So the Napoleon Pantheon, which sucks. And as you can see here in the 5 stars, we have Odin, we have Metatron, Kali, all these 5-star GFEs, which are, some of them are good, like Erdver Dandy, Tsubaki, Saria, are all good. Balboa, I want a Balboa still. And another good news is they added the Jewel Princesses at the very end of the 5 stars. As you can see, we have here Silk, Carrot, Cameo, Facet Sheen are now added permanently to the REM. I believe sometimes they were only in there with carnivals or something like that. I'm not sure actually. I think or during Godfest. I know I got a, like last year around this time, I got since I've been playing for almost a year, I got Silk out of a Godfest REM. I don't remember why. Maybe it was I think it was Fire Carnival. And all the removed stuff include Fire Dragon, Swordsman, all the Thumbelinas, Pantheon, Exahydra, RIP, Chrono Turtle, Grimrock, get out of here. Patricia, Isolde, like Afu, and all of them are gone forever. And as you can see, here's some more information in this post. Shows actually every single thing that is in the REM for this current period, which is 112 to 118. So in addition to the stuff that would normally, this post shows all stuff in the REM, and it says the highlights / additional lineup. Let's see. Additional. I'm kind of confused about which part is the additional. I guess additional lineup means like everything besides the highlights, which shows basically everything in the REM. Let's see. I don't know what highlights mean. It doesn't say anything about rates, which is the sad part. Like this highlights, normally would think highlights means, oh, it's ×3 if it's a carnival, or like ×5 if it's a pantheon. But here's what's in the REM in its entirety for this week. So we have the Greco-Roman stuff, and I believe there's some things that are missing too. It's going to be missing, I think it seems like it's going to, the highlights part is going to be a different 6-star pantheon, because as we will see, I'm pretty sure the Three Kingdoms 2, so Diao Chan's Pantheon, which is all 6 stars, which they've been featuring a lot, which is good because I don't want them in here because they've been on so much they're not that good. Diao Chan's Pantheon, minus Diao Chan, and Samurai 2, which is Inahime's Pantheon, is not in here. But in this case, Greco-Roman 3 is in here, Hethia, Testis, Cronus, Astrea. The 6 stars in this REM include the, I don't know what they're called, but the Claymos Solace, the type switching, like Mistletoe, I don't know what they're called. They're okay. I have one, but I don't use it. Stupid Napoleon's in there, and the Valkyries are in here. Besides that, none of this, they don't mention, this says it's all the 6 stars. They don't say like And they list the rest of the pantheons too, as you can see here in 5-star. They have literally all the 5-star pantheons, like Odin. Okay, the 5-star GFEs, X-GFEs are in here, but starting from this part, you have like Lakshmi, Parvati, Indra, Baal, Astaroth, like Egyptians 2, Egyptian 1, like, I don't even know what the names of them are. The demons ones, the Indians one. Actually, it is not a full list of 5-star either. So it looks like I don't see, who don't we see? Like, I don't see Minerva in here, and I don't see, who else isn't in here? I don't see Kushinada in here. So it looks like they put in some of the pantheons, but not all of them. I don't really know how it works. They're not very clear. They need to have a list of the full REM. So it looks like they have like half the pantheons in here. Not all of them. Some of the ones that I'm interested in are missing. But I mean, Indra's in there. I don't see, but there's no Orochi. There's no Japanese 1 and 2, it looks like. But there is Egyptians 1 and 2. And then, by the way, the bad news, even though they removed all of the troll silvers in their evolutions, there are still troll golds, which include all the riders. Thankfully, Avalon Drake is still in there, which is good. Layla, like Sharon, God, Chester, oh, get out of here. Muse and Nim, them. Who else? Yeah, more riders. All the riders are in here still, which sucks. But I mean, they moved a lot of the 4-stars, so there's no more silvers in the rare egg machine at all. But they do still have some bad golds. And it looks like in this 112 to 118 period, about half the pantheons in here, including one 6-star pantheon. And all the 5-star GFEs, X-GFEs are in here now. I'm gonna assume they're gonna rotate, like maybe after 118 they're gonna put in like the Samurai 2 as the highlight, and then maybe the other pantheons they didn't include in here. Because Kushinada is the one I want. At least Noob is in here if you want to try for Anubis and somehow get him. I don't think you're going to. They don't, again, they didn't say any rates for this. Like, what the craft is highlighted mean? Like, I guess it doesn't really mean anything, like, besides that the fact that they're, like, bolded. And here we have the weirdest news of all, which is the Godfest renewal. So, this Godfest renewal is also, it doubles as a Godfest post. So it says, with renewal of the rare egg machine, a new Godfest lineup has arrived. So let's take a look at what they mean by that. And it says, during this Godfest, which is this Saturday, so tomorrow and Sunday, there's 20 GFEs. So as you can see, Godfest is exclusive now because the 5-star GFEs got moved to the rare egg machine. Now they're not Godfest exclusive, because they're not exclusive to Godfest. These are the lineup that we have. Sorry, I'm just scrolling ahead. So this is the same list they had before on the other page. The additional lineup is the same as that second to last REM renewal we saw. So we have not all, but a good number of 6-star GFEs in here. So the ones that are missing, the ones that are in here you can see, we have the Dragon Callers, Dragon Bound, the Odin, Sonias, Kalis, Eshamalis, the Dukes of Hell, or I don't know what they're called, the Lords of Hell. We have Fujin, Raijin, Amino, Yag, and Katin. Now, there are some things missing. I don't see Nei. I don't see Kami. I don't see Sherry's Roots, Fenrir's, Aten, and Baldin. And I don't see, there's probably some more missing. You guys can probably know, but those are the ones that stand out to me as missing. So the prizes of those are probably Nei's not in there, and Kami's not in here. But they have the rest of these. In terms of S rank ones right now, probably the only ones are the bottom 4 here. Fujin, Amino, Yag, Cotton. Oh, Skuld isn't in here either. I don't see Skuld. So these are the GFEs that are being featured for this Godfest. It doesn't have them all. So normally in the past they would have like a day 1, day 2 kind of deal where some of them are in there and the others are in the other day. So you can get them at some point. But it looks like in this one you cannot get. For this Godfest you have to wait like 2 weeks or something to get the other ones. And Kami hasn't been around for a while, which sucks. And as this is the same lineup as they showed before with the 6 stars. So like the Valkyries, except they just they put the Greco-Roman 3 in this 6-star bit. So again, about half the pantheons, or a chunk of the pantheons, and only one 6-star pantheon. And I'm not counting Napoleon as, I don't count them, they suck. And the one interesting 6-star pantheon, which is the Greco-Romans. I want to say what they consider the good, like these 6-star pantheons, just based on the previous few Godfest, is Samurai 2 again, Three Kingdoms 2, and Greco-Roman 3. The other ones they just kind of throw in like for director stuff and like other things. Anyways, one thing to note is they did not say anything about rates anywhere on this, in any of the renewal stuff or this Godfest post. They said nothing about rates, so you can assume that it's 1x rates for everything. However, I want to believe that Gungho knows they're not that stupid to have 1x rates for everything. They don't want to. I don't think they want to go back to the Stone Age dates, Stone Ages that I wasn't here for, where everything was like really bad rates. So they probably. I'm going to assume that. First of all, since they removed all silvers, the rates for everything else should be better, in theory. Just because of that, they removed I think the silvers that are gone was like, they removed like 40 monsters or so. Probably somewhere around that number. Actually, let's actually check what they removed. The number of things they removed. Ballpark. It looks like they removed 5, 10, like 50? 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, like about 40, yeah. They removed 40 things. Let's go back to the Godfest post. So that should increase the rates overall. And let's talk about the reason why people are thinking they're doing this. Because this is happening in Japan at the same time as it is for NAEU. It's not like Japan got this earlier or something, we're receiving it now. It's all happening at once. The reason why I think this is happening is, let's take a look at Reddit. Pad's Reddit. So this is a Reddit post about the Godfest renewal. If you want to go find it on the Reddit app, it's the NA Godfest notices up, and it shows the Godfest post. Let's scroll down to where I just was. There was an interesting post. Oh yes, here it is. This one says it's probably a business or legal decision. Specifically, they mentioned something about Apple, which says here, Apple has an upcoming thing where you have to specify the odds of each type of item. So this is probably the reason I think this is the reason why this is happening. In the past few weeks, we actually have had very, very few updates from Gungho, which is weird. Normally they have like a post a day, a new announcement about something, but they had like nothing they had like one maintenance update in the last 2 weeks. Like that's it. Otherwise they were just saying stuff like that we already knew was happening, like, oh, like Dimension Dragon's out again, like big whoop, stuff like that. Like, oh, there's January quests happening, like we knew that already. A bunch of boring posts until this 2-hour maintenance happened, and then this post. So for like 2 weeks there was nothing, and I guess you can kind of attribute it to being holiday season, but it's been 2 weeks into the holidays at this point now. So let's take a look at this Apple post that they said where you have to specify the odds of each type of item. I did find this article that says Apple now requires App Store games with loot boxes to list odds. Loot boxes basically mean a random chance gacha game, anything of that variety. Mechanisms that provide randomized virtual items for purchase. And since we can purchase magic stones, this applies to Puzzle and Dragons. EU will not be able to purchase magic stones anymore, so they kind of have their own separate thing. This is why I think this is what the EU REP EU servers, if you see on Facebook and stuff, means. Because I think the president or whatever it is of the EU just completely outlawed being able to buy loot boxes at all, or like buy magic. So that means for them they cannot buy magic stones. But I think the game is still going to go on for them. But for them and us and Japan, we even though we can still buy magic stones, apparently Apple has said that you have to publicize. Oh, excuse me. You have to say. Here it is. Any game at the very bottom here. Any game or app that utilizes a random item system must disclose the odds of receiving each type of item prior to purchase. Now, an example of this that they cite is Fire Emblem Heroes, which they say is the what do you call it? A major game. It's probably the most prominent mobile game in the West is Fire Emblem Heroes, which it might be. I don't know. I play it casually, less casually by a lot than Pad. Let's take a look at what they mean by Fire Emblem Heroes doing this. So this is something, if you do play FE Heroes, you already know. So this is the screen where you summon, sorry, that's my name, Dan Chen Ken. This is the screen where you can summon stuff, basically roll for things in Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, in Fire Emblem, which I will actually show you. In all of these, this is like these banners represent kind of like carnivals or pantheons or something. In Fire Emblem. So they actually have this tab here that says appearance rates, where they actually tell you the exact percentage that you're going to get something that you want, or of each thing. You want the 5 stars, and the 5-star focus refers to like the pantheon / the banner, those featured things. So you basically have a 3% chance of getting the featured things, and then a 58 plus 36 chance of getting like less rare things, which is like silver and gold. 5 stars here would be like the diamonds. So Fire Emblem here tells you exactly the rates of what you're going to get. Yes, I was really tempted to just roll here because I kind of want stuff from this, but I'm not going to. So that's what they mean by publicizing rates, and as you can see, they have it for all of these other ones too. Now, specific to Fire Emblem, it will change based on the amount of, if you roll more, the chance of you getting 5 stars increases until you get one, then it goes back down to 3%. 3% of each of those is like the base rate. And again, if you roll more, it keeps track of how many you rolled, and the rate if you're getting something increases. The percentage of you getting something good increases, which is nice of them. Let's move back to Puzzle Dragons. So that is the Godfest renewal. Overall, it's not like they haven't said the rates. Or sorry, they haven't really, even though I saw that Apple post about that they have to say the rates, they haven't said them yet. They don't say the rates anywhere. They don't even say a 5x. There's no increased rates or anything. Pad still has not said any exact percentages of stuff. This Godfest is kind of scary because they don't say the rates, and we can't tell that they haven't said they've changed underlying rates or anything. They haven't even mentioned that. So we don't actually know whether or not they've changed anything. It could just be 1x rates with not all the 6 stars, no Kami 6 stars, and remove 4 stars from everything. So I think we'll wait and see. I might roll a little bit if I see on Reddit that they have any differences now, or if the rates are better, or if the rates are good on Reddit, if people roll and start, putting out some rate data. If it's good, I might roll to show you guys. But it looks like overall big changes are coming overall in Pad, not just for us in North America, but people in Japan as well. Let me know what you guys think about these new changes, if it makes sense to you. If I've left anything out, I'll put it in the description now. So go check the description. I said this at the beginning. There's probably some information I missed in the beginning, and if I did, it'll be in the description below, or updates. If I see any rate data later on, I'll put it in here, unless I make an actual video about it, about new rate data. But let me know what you guys think about these new changes, if it makes you happy or it makes you sad. I'm I'm happy about the no silvers, but this Godfest, which I'm looking forward to since the last Godfest was bad. I'm sitting on a whole bunch of stones, and I'm probably not going to roll this or Monster Hunter because I have the top prize in Monster Hunter already. I'm happy there's no silvers, but I was hoping for a more secure, normal Godfest with it. Speaking of there's no increased rates for anything. Like, not just, in the last few ones we've had like increased, like 10x for like Yogg or something, or 8x for these 4. We don't have increased rates for any specific monsters, and we don't have increased rates in general. So it's like, what the crap? How am I supposed to roll with confidence in this? But I want to believe Gungho isn't that dumb, and that they have not made the rates totally garbage. However, they have not been very open about what the rates are or what these changes mean. So it makes me scared to roll. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe for more Puzzle Dragons content, and I will see you guys in the next video.